Hey fam, meet my friend Kelly Burton, advocate and wife, as we, Bree Off Words, talk through life, marriage, and transitions.
Alright, so tell me how you met.
So, believe it or not, it was actually a blind date.
Literally speaking, wow.
In many ways. I told my best friend at the time that I wanted to have her introduce me to somebody that I could potentially marry. So I said, I don't care what he looks like, I don't care who he is, just make sure he has a job and a car, and he's like marriage material. So she introduced me to somebody that worked with her husband, who was his best friend, and unfortunately he had just gotten divorced, but he was, interestingly enough, he, on our second date, he literally laid everything out on the table. He talked about his divorce, and he talked about the fact that he was losing his eyesight. At the time, it was not so bad that he couldn't, I don't want to say fake it, but he could function in the world. He had the loss of his peripheral vision at the time, but he could still see that central vision pretty well.
So I didn't see how beautiful you are.
He did. He says that. He says that I'm perpetually like, a 30-year-old woman in his memory. So I'm like, yes. Just laid it out all on the table. He was very honest and explained what it meant, and that he was eventually going to be blind, and he tried to explain what that meant and what the ramifications of it were, but I was very young. I was 25 years old. I really didn't understand. I knew that he was the most interesting person I had met, and that I just wanted to hear what he said next, and what are you going to do next, and so I just always wanted to be with him from the moment I met him.
Awesome.
He is a huge proponent of reflection. He thinks you should always be allowing for time to look backwards and compare where you are to where you were, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, wherever. And it really is a valuable exercise to go through, because when you compare where you are at the moment, it's nothing that you could have ever imagined. We talked about it. 5 years ago, we could have never imagined where we're at right now. The fact that we're out there making a difference in the world and trying to help other people. We were just trying to survive ourselves with this disease, because it was so devastating to just watch him decline every year with less and less freedoms. But that's why you say it's a blessing. It really has allowed him the chance to refine himself. We were talking about this yesterday. It's kind of weird that we're talking, because we've been talking about all these things recently. He was talking about how now he doesn't feel this yearning, desperate need to get out and go, because he knows at the drop of a hat, whenever he feels like it, he can just go, do what he wants when he wants to do it. He doesn't even have to ask anybody to take him there. He just takes a lift. If he wants to go walk in the park, if he wants to go do this, he just does it. That pressure and that desperation and that sadness or hopeless feeling that you're trapped is gone. The other thing is that I no longer feel guilty. I used to feel so much guilt when I could come and go at will, act on it. Whereas Eric had say, hey Kelly, are you available? I kind of want to go here, or I want to go there. Is it convenient for you? Or one of his friends, or whoever it might be. So I don't have that guilt anymore, because I know he can do whatever he wants, when he wants to do it, how he wants to do it, and he doesn't have to tell anybody about it. He's an adult. So it's kind of nice not to feel guilty. It has its, ingredients, whether you're blind or not. It's still a relationship between two people. And everybody has all of the different mix of things going on. I think that the key is communication. You have to be willing to talk a lot about everything. That can get really tedious and boring sometimes, and it can be kind of scary other times, because you're sharing a lot with somebody that you hope isn't going to hold it against you next time you have a conversation. But that's the only way to build trust, really. And trust is the key to every successful relationship if you've got trust.